Hey everyone, welcome back to another lesson here on the channel. Today, we're going to be talking about how you can launch lots of Amazon FBA private label products without lots of money. So if that sounds like something you're interested in watching, be sure to stick around to the end. Be sure to like and subscribe down below if you haven't already, so you don't miss videos like this in the future. Without further ado, let's get right into it. So I've just simply put some basic criteria into my opportunity finder. I don't know why none of it showed up. That's a glitch because there are filters in here. This is filtered information. It was something like $14 to $70, 800 to 3,000, 200 to 500 units sold, low. So when I go through here, don't worry, that's not the important part. Okay, everyone's gonna be like, what is that? I have other videos about this. Not what this is about. Talking about how to launch lots of products for cheap on Amazon. So I have this sorted by monthly price. So as we go down, we start with the most expensive. We slowly go towards the least expensive ones. It's a fun way of looking if you ever want to do that. A lot of times the most expensive, that was weird, I had like a little bit of an accent there. The most expensive products on Amazon are usually the least looked at. Not as much competition there. That's basically what I'm trying to say. So could be a good place to look. When we're talking about launching lots of products on Amazon, it's obviously a subjective word, lots. We're going to say like 3 to 1 ratio. So where most people are thinking about launching 1, we're going to be launching 3 every time. That's a lot of products, right? If you'd be launching 3 instead of 1 product, I think, in my mind. So when we are talking about doing that, most people assume massive amounts of money associated with that. And I'm going to be talking about why that isn't necessarily true. So I'm just basically, it's Friday. I'm just going to be going through here, doing some product research, opening up, ideas, and they don't have to be good. They don't have to be bad. There's no judgment on any of these ideas because what we're talking about is what's important today. So we'll open up Gothic bedroom decor as well. Game room wall decor. That should be good. We'll just start there. Let's go to Gothic bedroom decor. Most people are going to be looking for that one product that can start selling. That's the perfect opportunity. There's very strict criteria. They go for it. They order hundreds and hundreds of units. They try it. And maybe ironically, they go good on the product and they cheap out on their photography and stuff like that. Or maybe even they do great photography and they just go all in on this one thing. That's one way. But what we're going to be talking about today is how to do lots. So what you can do, we're just going to be getting right into it, is you can do little tests, something I've actually done. One time I launched 3 products at once, and then I just doubled down on the one that worked. It's really simple. So I just divvied up the amount of capital that I had. This was almost 2 years ago now, or 18 months or something. Divvied up the amount of money that I had to invest into 3 different products, and go for 3 instead of 1. And then maybe they have to be less expensive products. Maybe 2 of them are less expensive, 1 is more expensive. And they're completely different from each other, but maybe they could be in the same market. And then instead of ordering 600 of one, I order 200 of each. Okay. And then once I get confirmation on any one of those products, I can double down on it. So don't spend, if you have enough to buy 600 units, maybe only buy 100 of each, because then you could actually double down with the other 300 units into the one that works. Does that make sense? So you have to kind of be smart with your capital here when you're doing this approach. But let's talk about how this actually works. So we come through here and say that we want to sell this palm reader jewelry stand, right? Maybe this is a little bit more competitive, but just bear with me for a second. We're just talking about, in general, the idea of this product being good. Let's say this was a good product and this was going to be one of the 3 that you choose to sell. I still do everything the right way. I think of a different design. Maybe I go on other websites. I get external proof of concept. I think about who my target demographic is. I build a good product for them. And maybe by build, that's loose, right? It's not, I'm actually going and making massive changes and making molding changes, because that gets expensive. That's the opposite of what we're trying to do here. But I find a different design somewhere. And maybe this is just a white hand and the black stuff on it is the things that can change. So I guess if it's a palm reader, I don't know if it can change that much. Bear with me here. This is, again, not this specific product. That's why I'm kind of trying to be conceptual here and work around. I make the right changes. I make my photography beautiful still, because you won't know if it's going to work if you have bad photography. So I still spend $200-300 on photography. That's not where I'm cheaping out. But then when I go to order units, I order 100 and 150 or 200, depending on where your budget sits. And I test that product out. It might go out of stock, yes, once I think is okay. Ideally, you don't want it to. But as soon as you get that market confirmation, so you start selling 10 of these a day 2 weeks in, that's all the proof that you need. Even 5 of these a day 2 weeks in, you're golden. As long as your ads aren't through the roof, and you're able to get those down as well. It's not the only reason you're getting sales. Positive reviews are coming in. You start ordering more of that product. So again, with maybe $4,000, $3,000, instead of just launching one product, try and test 2, 3, or 4 cheaper products out. And again, they don't have to be cheaper. I'm not saying sell $9.99 products. I'm saying sell things, they could still be $32.99. Order less of them, get confirmation, and then proceed. And then don't spread yourself too thin. Don't try and do 10 products if you could only afford to do 3, because then what's the point of having a product that sells well if you can't keep it in stock? So try and find that line where you can test things and then still have enough left over to invest into that product once you get the confirmation, or else there's no point in doing it this way. So when I say not having lots of money, again, still subjective, right? If you only have $700, you can't do this. And that's where you do need to start saving a little bit longer, doing something else to come and do this. But if you do have $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 to invest in this business model, well, why don't you try doing a couple different things on a very small scale and then double down on what works? And hey, maybe you get lucky and all 3 of them work, and you're still ideally have money on the side to restock all of these things. So that's just something that you can try. You can try ordering less. I actually got this idea from Bradley Sutton. He does this to an extreme method. He'll order like 5 of something, test it, see how the ads work, see what kind of interest they have in that product, see how many people are clicking through, and then use that as confirmation. Go ahead and proceed. You could take this to another degree, actually list all 3 of them. Like I said, I did this, and the one that really locked on is the one that you actually see on my storefront now. I don't know when you're watching this video, maybe in 5 years or something, it might not be there. Hopefully it is. It's my macrame shelf, has over 200 reviews, and it's selling extremely well. That was just one product out of 3 that I tried, and actually the other 2 didn't even end up working out. So I just let those sell out, done with those 2 products. The one that worked, I doubled, tripled down on. And then I went forward, kept that in stock, and let that turn into a successful product, and restart the process. So that's going to do it for today's video. Thanks so much for watching. If you did enjoy this video, be sure to like and subscribe down below. Well, other than that, I'll be seeing you here on the channel for the next video. Thanks so much. Later.